Greetings to all dear viewers.
There are two ways for a person to attain wisdom. One way is by realizing I am a soul. The other way is by acknowledging right now I am functioning only through my human mind. I have ignorance, and if that ignorance is removed, I can gain wisdom. So the question is, which of these approaches is actually practical for us? Our Bagavath Ayya explains this beautifully through an example. Let's look at it. There was once a guru who always thought that everything in this world is pervaded by Brahman. Whatever he ate, he would say Brahmarpanam before taking a bite. One day, he travelled to a village with his disciples. The villagers there offered him alcohol. The Guru calmly said Brahmarpanam and drank it. Saying this, his disciples became thrilled. They too began drinking the alcohol, imitating the Guru and chanting Brahmarpanam. The next day, they visited another town. In a blacksmith's workshop, the Guru saw molten metal boiling in the furnace. Without hesitation, he picked up the molten metal, drank it and again said Brahmarpanam. Then he turned it to his disciples and said, "Here, you drink too." The disciples were terrified. They began shaking. A guru who has mastered his body and mind can drink molten metal if he chooses. But can the disciples do the same? Of course not, because they have not yet reached that level of attainment. In the same way, scriptures alone have the right to speak about absolute truth. We cannot apply it in our day-to-day life. If we use the words of scriptures as our own words, then there will be unnecessary confusion. If that example is still not clear, let's look at another one. There is a school student who consistently scores the highest marks in all his exams. He wins every competition. During the school's annual day celebration, the headmaster announces his achievements, and the entire audience applauds proudly. Now imagine the same situation with one small change. Instead of the headmaster praising him, the student himself gets on the stage and says, "I am the best student in the school. I scored the highest marks in every exam." How would that look? He isn't lying. Everything he says is true. But when the headmaster says it, people clap. When the boy says it himself, people feel uncomfortable. In the same way, when the scriptures declare you are a soul, you are an embodiment of Brahman, it sounds absolutely correct because it is the highest truth. But just because the scriptures say it, that doesn't mean we can immediately claim it for ourselves. We are still learning, still developing. The realization must come from our true experience, not just from repeating words. The scriptures are like a handrail on a staircase. You hold the handrail for support, but you cannot walk on it. It guides you while you walk up the actual steps. Those steps are practical, everyday experiences. If the handrail represents the scriptures, the staircase represents real life practice. And in real life, we cannot simply declare I am a soul unless we have the maturity and inner realization to support that statement. That is why we shouldn't let our mind interrupt things however it pleases. We must examine our thoughts and emotions with the guidance of the scriptures. We will explore this further in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned with us. Thank you.